Abusia say Otumfuo NJ Mahama NDO. Wanje Mahama ndi se Mahama ebetimi ayi bibi serious bia e wasantimam na ene say anu da se Otumfuo ene a World Bank Vice President edi ahyiamu na abusia sa enhyiamu die na Otumfuo ade na desrede binum ade ato World Bank President anim World Bank Vice President mum yes World Bank Vice President also Otumfuo ye ka so Otumfuo a ewiase we mu nyina wonye ni paketwa or respect actually sabusia no bia otimi ni ewiase mu panin bia edi nkomo de enye yize huni say ye celebrity for kro mu ye celebrity for a omugu Ghana mo nye obi anu upe obi ani na twa picture kekekura bra bebre na imagine say Otumfuo etimi kosia World Bank Vice President and na twetwe nkomo ade nuoma wope ade tunanim we kire say Otumfuo eka ewiase mu akasefo no ho yes abusia say waka wiase mu akasefo no ho no watena se ya akusai politicians emboa santiman na aboa omwabrabo enti wafa adwembi ane anamom bia opese wode boa ne man asantimanya wode ato World Bank for anim na abusia sansemi na Ghana for a react massively na me pamcho yankosha de ekwadwuma de eye 3 in 1 news yankosha de esi yankasa yenikan enje intro e wo kasei embransa
amete menkwa na meti as minimi nuano
muna mo shenkran na mo ye rough
yeah now this is the video the second video IGP Afrima masa wana shenkran rough mesrawo second video unu a
abusia ayo bisa kwan ena shenkran eye rough a enunti wa twese kanse mu a motenkran eye rough wo be ya na wakodam kwa wa abra mi kase kra dwumboni bia ni wutirimu ana say wondi boni serious bia abusia yantinsim awo yansam so yi ewo chese Otumfuo and the World Bank Vice President mo aside na before ayebeti asimu ni waku and before kan asem serious bi ewo kase ya na se Ghana fo binum kan asem serious bi ewo kase ya omo say social media user and din adi asiama yes I say me say brofunti and this will be opposition or and this will be minority in parliament was a brofu kenti anyan wanwa say wokeka docastrophe muni enkrofobia aka ayadwo na jamo ne omo hye wono was wokeka omu nyina bomu anyan wanwa say NDC ebeye minority ewo parliament because of brofunti wa bran komo ye majority abusia we live to see ye nyina ye witness die besi die bekoso ewo parliament na yankoshe Otumfuo idea akoso emprempremu die waku say politicians emboa na mamwonti wone World Bank for adi enhyiamu adi na desede adi ato omuonim na yenhwe de ekoso ane de wokan ye nyina a kire se ache Ghana for adwen.
I believe that your visit will still continue for us to share ideas and find innovative ways of resolving our problems economically, development, social interventions and everything.
Sure.
I am aware that when I came last time in 2019, I discussed the generation problems, energy generation problems, where we were talking about we're paying in excess of 500-600 million at that time for energy that we have not used.
Sure.
And I engaged the president then to find a solution to that in terms of how could we avoid that, because it was eating into our budget.
Sure.
And now I'm told it's about 1.5 million that we are paying for that. And therefore, at that time I asked your president to give me a grant to cover that. Whilst we did it, we got a technical assistance, a tripartite company, the IFC Generation Company in Ghana, for us to see how best we can get a technical support to be able to plan to export the excess energy to Burkina Faso, Mali and others, and Togo and others, the excess one that we have installed, because I think we have 5,000 something installed and then we're using only 3,000 something. So that's one issue that I'll get back to you again on that, because I need for us to discuss those things again. You've done that with the school feeding, and which I appreciate. I remember when I talked to them about they had withdrawn the 180 million at that time, and I said I should take it before I go back to Ghana, so I got it back. And then budgetary support also was withdrawn at that time. you had allocated 500 million for budgetary support, but you said because of the economic situation, the energy situation, you withdraw. That was withdrawn.
Joe.
So these are all issues that I want us to revisit, and by that I will talk to you later on quietly for us to look at it.
Joe.
There are other issues that I'll discuss with you privately for us to know the way forward.
Joe.
That is in the generality of Ghana. I want us to look at it again to see the way we can move on and all that. And
Joe.
coming to the local one, Kumasi is a vibrant city, population-wise, everything-wise, the commercial hub of Ghana.
Joe.
And so looking at the project that you're suggesting, rapid transport section, I have interest in that, yes. I know JICA started with a feasibility some time ago, and then it's developed to the World Bank here where we can then put it on fruition. It's been on the drawing board for some time, 2015 and all that. The bureaucracy is something that I don't like at all, you see.
Joe.
And therefore we have to push it now. The population has increased very much. We have all these transport vehicles, different ones, all moving, fighting for space.
Joe.
And that doesn't help with the economic development of the city at all, because everybody is clamoring going to the center. The buses are, the trotro, all these things are there. And if you calculate in terms of how many hours are they cost to do business,
Joe.
in terms of diesel, petrol, and all those things, you find that it's costing the economy so much.
Na adeti na Ghana for mama yenye ku na yemfo Otumfuo nsi akonya so se eno no mo mbeboa certain bia we won say NDC abedini de na NPP abedini de na NDC abedini de na NPP abedini de na Ghana for come de yen na omudidi o na Ghana for come de yen. What you say won say they will see suggesting woman, because imagine say opese wo come market na traffic inti we delay musang be getting to 2 hours traffic inti o say 2 hours no wo betimi dia ye bibia ebeboa wa brabo say enye traffic here won line no abusia yento aso entie na na do soli o mo agege tax sika ko ken ba hin na mo agege bi na mo jebosi agum emu chese nso at the end no obisa so mo ya na mo chire one room bi mo si baabi 2 room bi mo si ede si baabi eno na chese abusia o mo chire Ghana for say adanya ya develop Ghana yentie Otumfuo eye chese nyansa sem ne chese empuntuo adwenya wodi eto World Bank Vice President mo anim.
That it's something that we may have to look at. And then the employment that it creates also,
Joe.
in relation to having a rapid transportation. The 28-kilometer one from Ejusu down to a Buakwa section, for example, if we could have that rapid transport and the movement of goods, passengers and everything,
Joe.
and then the ease with which we can do business together, it's something that we may have to look at seriously. I don't know what is the country director can tell. I don't know what has delayed this, but the project office, we should own it. It should be here. The project shouldn't be running from Accra when you have a project in Kumasi. The project unit should be here, and the project coordinator must also be resident here.
Joe.
So that at least the stakeholders, the district assemblies, that will be able to coordinate with them to know how it goes. So these are issues that I want us to look at properly to bring it to fruition. Because if we don't do that, I've always said that it takes time for the World Bank to take a decision. Bureaucracy, going to the desk of this one, approving and all that. But this one, we know the reason why we need that. Therefore, why can't we implement it? 2025 is about 10 years we've been talking about this. If we had done it earlier, it would have helped with the economy, it would have helped with employment. We have the available human resources. All these young ones are all university graduates and others here. We have the KNUST producing all these students and all those things. So, in terms of development, if we have the infrastructure, then everything will be fine. I do not depend on the politicians for my development. I don't want to depend on them.
I don't want to depend on the politicians for my development. What you say? Yes, or person or no or person or no one kasa efa kwen bi so na che say we develop ne mind ate say a better idea. When put the media nko a mama yen kambum na yenye ku entu omu nyina na yemfo Otumfuo ensi so. What you say? We are simple say na NDC baby watch na PP abedi we ya bidi na complain and na we ya njami we you and na we ya njami we you and na we ya njami we you abusunya na che say gumo bre na che say amanfo binim so chere what I say. Yes, and abusunya Otumfuo say when you ready so be trust abambia for the development.
We have the infrastructure, then everything will be fine. I should not depend on the politicians for my development. I don't want to depend on them. So let's have a social contract and then we do it.
Jump.
So President, so this is something that I want us to look closely and then do it. I don't know the team, but I want to meet the team after they've left so I know who are working on this rapid transport thing. So that we can take it up further. And then if we have to if I have to go to the Accra office for them to take me to Washington to defend, then we look at it and do it properly.
Sure.
So President, I hope when you go back you allocate some money for that. So we know. So the country director can do it for us.
Sure.
I thank you for this visit, but we'll continue further with other discussions
Sure.
for us to.
Thank you so very much.
The papa Otumfuo brofo the ankasa se wokasa na wa mehwe nanimu a obekasa buru ni fita na wo ye den all kan brofo what I say we na yesi na nado eya ade brofo yi ene otimu se na yenti Otumfuo de what I say abusia Ghana for binim say Dominic Kofi Anani or say na nado and the NPP has disappointed Asante, but they don't want to accept this. Asante is equally disappointed, but for his pedigree, he can't vent out his frustration. Abusunya we Dominic and so Abeka. And according to big dreams is said the young kind of big dreams in so person watch it. Big dreams is say this statement from the king shows how disappointing past NPP administration had been in respect to development in the region. But with due respect to our noble king, I don't know how possible our traditional rulers can bypass government to engage World Bank in seeking developmental support in any kind. Thus, in a way, seeking autonomy, sovereignty, and it would serve a bad precedent for other region, something like that. We idea or not so where they work and said they also see children in seminum or not so at the so abeto honum and their mark Ghana for yasha the ways working and yet don't bullet. Was it Asante Kings talk as if the country is their own? Otumfuo say are working you. We talk as if the country is their own. The country they wind there. And you be there. Me say me dream say country ni obi there. Me dream say Mahama there na country ni nyina there because one day ubetimi abeye president. Ubetimi. Umeye that's even your kasa government ya government and one person. Government wo me ni akabum ni ay government intina se yebeto aba impenifo no elowo mo eni de wonyo obi akora ebeye pepepe because that's real government. What I say yes see nyina yebeye pepepe abusia enti according to unu and say if not for the same politicians, how will the country get independence? Now independence is for politicians so by independence they said Ghana for independence na say ya building na say dey mmerane e ho ade ade ogu ya dey democracy to because which about wakura by actually before independence ya independence na still kra no akwanya man for fast so edi akonya so ne ho ade ade no na enye easy sa ya independence you ya chire no abusia ento say those so-called great Asante leaders were just fighting with their whites, which they couldn't get independence. For us through those wars, they couldn't get independence for us through those wars. But it's those politicians who came to get us our independence. What has those Asante kings achieved for country without help of people? We air the honor swabe them. Wabe chira comment. tin what I say yes and I will share wins or say according to Nana Kwame was saying case abroad attacked and insulted the Asante Hene for not developing Asante region. Many Ghanaians supported their motive. Even though he doesn't collect taxes, now he wants to develop his city by the means of social contract, and these same Ghanaians are saying it is not right. What exactly were you praising Chilijonas for? What is actually wrong with us? It is just a hatred. Abusunyana nyankwasasem. Mwamu say Asante na wenye hwe. Wonim say like elikwan say wo yehwe. Na say wenye hwe ya. Adenti na wo stand na kosi baby. Edi na time say wo ye die. What you saying? Ghana fankasa de hia autocratic ruling. Said the beya we will be under control because Ghana the democracy like you will say the managing no Jimmy any Dawson our democracy no what you saying? Yes, so far we and the HA Otumfuo at the actual World Bank Vice President no anim say wabese wo makasa e developing the mind one G will be MD one G will be MD say will be a bit me one because one wapese from a buakwa to your cancer just so a quantity me them as a walk and may send a traffic into said the be your and near contemporary tem or who name ye who James and Antisa Abusia Ubedruk Massy men I said you will see stacky and send the waiting your pass it through. I could be a walk on just say easy. Subscribe to your channel, you follow so far the way and they were the actual money. You follow the basin the becoinano. You're the bedroom subscribe. Now amazing if I will in see I see ye.